Okay, let's sign in to our LG Agent Assist. All right. Um, just go through the basic interface. Typically, what the agent would see is very different. But as a user admin, um, you will have this interface available for you. So you have your new chats. Basically, new chat is just this new chat window. If you are US, UK, um, over here is where you pick your different language models that are available. Right now, you will see that there's a whole lot available only because I'm an admin setting, but for the agent, and I will go through that later, you only see this available to the agent, this two plus this multi-agent as something in the mix that I put so that I can show you that I disable this later. Um, for the agent, you will have your new chats available. This one capability, workspace will not be available to them. If they click on user settings, it will have limited availability or limited functions available to them. This is where you write your message, write the symptoms. Basically, this one over here is just kind of redundant. Same one that's over here. All right. Okay, so if we go to settings, it'll give you right away for web UI settings. You will have your theme, whether it's a system dark or OLED dark, really dark, light. So typically, I just go with the system. What language you're using, US or let's say different, Filipino, Cebuano. See, it will change right away. So let's put it back to US. Um, Notifications, if you have it disabled or not. So, so on. System prompt is what I've generally programmed for this entire UI or entire AI to have as a general setting. So right now it's set up for UK because we're in the UK. And then advanced parameters is for your top key, how you want your AI to behave. Okay. Interface. You will have your default model. What's available to you. Um, let's say for this one, I think the default model that I have available is Llama 3. For user interface, if you want the chat bubble on or off, if you want the widescreen on or off. Widescreen is basically just having the window here closed out. Left to right is your chat direction. How fluid you want the responses to appear. If you want to have a background image available, let's say I want the Found Ever logo available to my users. We can have that available, of course. Um, let's take a look if this is the one. There you go. And then for chat, if we want to have title auto generation, which is this one, it'll auto generate based on the chat. Um, if we want to have auto copy on or off available as well as the user location. For voice, we've turned it off because we're not using this right now, but it does have that capability and functionality. For personalization, we're memory, so that your AI remembers your past chats and learns from it. Audio, like I said, it has this capability. So let's turn it off because we don't want it turned on. Um, but it does have speech to text and text to speech capability. Valves is mm, something that your tools uses. Like for tools right now, we have a UK web search, a user retrieval tool, and an alarm clock. The user retrieval tool, we use this for email templates. So instead of writing, for example, kind regards, then your name will automatically be changed to name that's your default already. Okay. Um, Chats. This is whether you want to import or export the chats or archive all of the chats. Account. This is just you and your password as well as your API. Admin settings. These are your admin settings over here. When you do your admin panel, okay. Um, and then we also have images. Images is what we use for certain LOBs. For example, for LG, we require proof of purchase for people that are claiming for warranty or usually for repair. Or sometimes for troubleshooting, we require a photo of the actual TV if the LED is broken, just as added proof. So we can either have this activated or not. It's totally up to us. If it's not available for your account, we just either put it in default or just disable it completely. Here you have the capability to use different large language model when it comes to image search. Like for OpenAI, I think they use DALI. That's right. Here it's different, and then for default, this is just defaulted here. Okay. Pipelines, this is when you have your search pipelines set up already. I haven't set this up because this requires additional memory. Usually, we'll have this activated once it's already localized in our local servers. Pipeline is where our documents pass when we do retrieval augmented generation. When we do certain documents that we only want the AI to get and throw to the agent, or the only responses the agent will get are only from documented documents that were approved. Typically, this is what we use for accounts that are financial in nature or sometimes high on security. But if your account allows internet access to browse through the internet, to be able to check the different internet sites, then you don't need a pipeline. But for certain accounts that require heavy usage of FAQs or troubleshooting steps that are mandated by your client, then this is where we activate it. Documents here. Is where we usually put where we put the documents. Um, we ingest the documents or upload it in this folder. Right now, we're using the embedding model that Olama has, and we provide hybrid search. So right now, it uses the Nomic embed text as the embedding model, meaning when you upload the document, it embeds it, and then when you retrieve the information for RAG, which is this one, RAG, we use a chunking size of 1,000 and an overlap of about 100 words. If you don't know what RAG means, what chunking is, and what vector is, or what embedding is, I suggest you look it up. Re-ranking is just, when you have a chat and you rank it such as this, that's what we use for re-ranking. Um, it allows our AI to learn. Okay. So going back to admin settings, we were at documents. So re-ranking, that's what re-ranking is. Query parameters are just, your top key and how specific your model should be. So when you retrieve a certain model, you want it to be very precise. So the lower the number, the better. Of course, you can change the settings later on. Okay. And then PDF extract images for OCR. So if you have documents that you have loaded that are on PDF format. This model, this entire UI does have OCR, or ocular capability. It has the capability to read images that's in the PDF. Typically, other AIs or LLMs does not have that capability or have difficulty when it comes to retrieving information from the PDFs. But this one solves everything, and this one actually goes past that. So not only does it have RAG, but it also has the capability to read images that's already in your PDF. Web search is just, if again, if your account allows web searching, this is where you input it. If you want it to search only a certain domain, that you typically allow this, and then just program it in such a way that it only goes to that website. Interface, this is just your basic interface. Your model, what you use for local and what you use for external. Title generation is this one. Search query is just the prompt we use when you search, and then just the size of the search. Banners is what you want to have across the screen as a reminder, and then prompts. Prompt suggestion is when you click a new chat. These are your prompt suggestions. Okay, those are your prompt suggestions. So going back to settings and admin settings. Where are we? Here. Okay. Next is audio. Again, this entire model, this entire framework is capable of speech to text and text to speech. Um, this one, this is our text to speech option. So whatever's embedded in your system, if you're gonna use your phone for this, it has the capability. It does have the capability to use mobile phone, which has better voice prompts or voice um, already embedded into the system. That this is where you get to choose it. Okay. Images, like I said, this whole framework has OCR, but this also has the capability to upload images, meaning, like for LG, certain LOBs require proof of purchase. So we ask the customer to upload their receipts. Specifically, we use that for repairs or validation of warranty, so that we check the date when it was purchased. Sometimes for troubleshooting, we require the customer to send us a photo of the TV. If they claim that the LED is broken, we require a photo. So when we put it here, we upload it and ask the AI, "Does it? What does this look to you?" It will automatically let us know if there's a crack on the LED on the TV, or whether or not the receipt was purchased on a certain date, or get the date itself. So this is where it is. Pipeline, this is when the model's already located locally. Again, we use this for heavy RAG usage. And then database is just your database where you want everything to sit, like all the chat history, etc. So again, this will be located locally. So when I say locally, that means this entire model, this entire UI will work even if we remove internet access, provided that you don't require internet access for your account. Like for LG, since everything that we need is in our KB flows or knowledge base, it's in documents. We can switch off the internet and unplug it from the LAN, and it will still function on its own. So, if in case we do have internet downtime, there's and we still have telephony, we will still be able to troubleshoot, and we will still be able to use the AI to be able to retrieve the troubleshooting steps that we need to help resolve the customer's issue. And that's your basic settings. Dashboard is just, as an admin, I